That was not the best move, no.
And that's not good police work, is it?
No.
Do you want to take your grade down some?
No. Just say no.
Just say no.
Come on. Have a nervous drink of water. Oh.
Are you going to answer the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was rhetorical.
You want to take your grade down some. I just thought you were thinking about it like some of your other answers.
I don't think I did the best job at that, on that point, no.
You know what, let's stop for lunch, okay? We have the lunch here, and we'll come back at 1:15, okay? See you then.
Couldn't you have had something else for lunch other than what you had?
That's just bad lunch work.
Oh my goodness.
How would you grade that lunch?
Whew. So, how are you guys feeling about the prosecution there and that line of questioning? How should he grade himself?
Well, I mean, it depends on what he's going for. On the legal merit, I don't see anything that undermines either the self-defense, legal defense, or that demonstrates recklessness. Most of what he's talking about is stuff that, a lot of it was after the fact, things he did after the shot was fired. That's irrelevant to conduct prior to the shot being fired. A lot of the rest of it is just angry rhetoric. I mean, you can always do things better. You're always incurring risk when you're a police officer. You're always in the process of investigating. You don't get to do all the procedures simultaneously in an instant. You can't simultaneously be inspecting the garage and the house. Your eyes can only point in one direction at a time. You take things step by step. And while you're doing step A, you're obviously not simultaneously doing step B.
Yeah.
I think it's potentially devastating.
Okay.
If there's not a good there has to be a good solid redirect pointing out that everything was irrelevant. What matters is what his mindset was at the second he saw the barrel of that gun pointed at him. Everything else is off the table. But if it doesn't, then it's just all we've done is we've got him to admit 1 billion times he didn't do good police work. He lowers his grade. He's not a good police officer. Everything is he's not good at anything he does. And I think that, I mean, if that's the tactic is just to beat this guy into the dirt and the defense isn't objecting, I would just keep beating him in the dirt.
Well, the trouble is one great weakness here for the defense, for the defendant, I should say, is the way he keeps conceding that it's not good police work.
Yeah.
I mean, no one gets to do perfect police work. We're all working within constraints of resources and what's possible, light conditions, circumstances. He doesn't have, there's not 12 cops standing around the corner ready to come to his assistance. He wouldn't be allowed to call for backup on every open structure call. That's obviously not how these things are done. But he sits there and keeps saying, well, I guess that wasn't good police work. I guess that was, and he runs the risk of actually getting a 99-year sentence for bad police work, which is not the criminal charge here.
Right. And it shouldn't be the basis for a conviction.
And I don't think he was well prepared I think he was well prepared for direct examination. He was confident. He was short. He was concise. I don't think he was well prepared for the cross.
I mean, let's concede it was bad police work. That doesn't strip him of his right to defend himself.
Right.
We didn't even have to go down that road. He just, based on what I knew at the time and the circumstances present in front of me, that was good police work. I wouldn't have done anything differently.
Yeah. Based on what I knew, given my training and experience, was consistent with my training and experience.
The only way bad police work could translate to a conviction, or legally would translate to a conviction, again, ignoring the fact that juries exist and juries do not always act consistent with the law, because that's not really their role. It's supposed to be, but it's not. But ignoring that for a second, just on the legal merit, the only way you can get bad police work to relevance here is if that bad police work leads to violating some duty. And and causing danger, well, creating a dangerous situation and then acting in reckless disregard of that danger, therefore making some sort of a criminally negligent third-degree manslaughter case. That's the only way you get there. But like the bad police work of, are you covering these funnels, these fatal funnels? That's not it. I mean, that's not creating a dangerous situation for someone else. That's not even creating a dangerous situation for himself in regards to the shooting. He would have to do something that would somehow cause the residents of the building to be in greater danger than they were in. That is not justifiable for his actions. But all of the actions here are still related to investigating a crime that is not a resolved investigation at the time of the shooting. It's
Right.
way too quick to even consider it resolved unless, he walked up to the house and somebody was like, oh, hey, sorry, there was like a, mishap on the phone call thing. And, everything's fine in here. It was weird. And then, he asked a couple questions, they walk away, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Hey, I got an email here from Steve Gosney. I guess he's listening in, but he writes, the problem with all that bad police work and the questions about how would you grade yourself is that it's lowering the burden of proof, maybe a burden shift as well. It's all objectionable, better be caught in closing by the defense or they are ineffective. I would concur. The offense has to, as Jeff was saying, the defense has to catch up on this on redirect.